welcome back to another video. Today is the long-awaited Blade guide. I'm sorry it took so long, but I was gathering footage and I kept playing the character, and I wanted to wait and see if the character was going to actually get buffed or reworked for season 8. But the patch notes came out yesterday, and unfortunately there was no Blade change in sight, not even a team up change, which is kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. Anyways, in this video I'm going to be pretty much talking about 5 major things when it comes to Blade. This is an advanced Blade guide, so I'm going to go over every single thing I can think of when it comes to talking Blade. And then one last thing I'm going to also do at the end of the video after the guide is over, I'm going to VOD review one of my own matches and give you guys like a thought by thought process and step by step of how I play and what I'm doing and what I'm thinking in the moment in a real-time actual ranked match. I hope this helps out a lot because I know some people really like to see VOD reviews. I don't know if that helps to me, but I mean, for some people I've seen it help, so we're gonna do that as well. I am bound to miss some things, but if I do miss anything, comment down below and I'll try to answer your question, or come to my live streams on Twitch. I live stream every day. You can just ask me any question when it comes to Blade. I'll always try to answer, and if I missed a question, just ask it again. I promise I'll try and get to you guys all. And one last thing is that after this video goes up, I'm going to be doing a Road to Celestial with Blade only. I would say Eternity, but rank just reset. So make sure you guys definitely tap into the Twitch after this Blade guide goes up. I'm going to attempt it and keep going with it, but that just depends on how much people show up and if you guys are interested. But I think that's going to be pretty entertaining for you guys to watch, and help you guys also get a gist of what I do at lower ranks compared to higher rank, because it gives you like a rank by rank thought process. There's 5 major things I want to go over in this guide, because these are like pretty much the 5 major important things when it comes to playing Blade. Blade is a very simple character in my opinion, but what makes him kind of hard is the fact that he's like pretty much a jack of all trades, but he's a master of nothing. And his kit has loads of inconsistencies in it, or weird distance specific stuff, or like just weird nuances in general. And like he doesn't really have like a really good comp he's good into, because he sucks against dive, he sucks against poke, and like he's just not really a master of anything. The best thing I can see him playing into is mainly 2 shield tanks, because they can't do anything about him when he's slashing them up. And you can also say he's kind of decent at anti-dive, but you'll start to notice a pattern when you play this character. He's severely outclassed. There's people that can do both these jobs but better, and that's like his main issue. Even his most important thing that he was pretty much known for, anti-heal, there's other characters like Venom ult that can do it better, since Venom's ult actually stuns as well, or at least knocks up. Blade's anti-heal and ult has literally no CC in it at all. It literally just applies the anti-heal, but it doesn't slow, it doesn't knock up, it doesn't root or stun or anything of the sort. But either way, I'm going to talk more about that in a little bit, but there's 5 major things I want to talk about when it comes to playing Blade, because these are like the 5 major things that matter the most in my opinion. Neutral, gun, the sword, his worst matchups and I guess best, and also last but not least some advanced tips and tricks and stuff, which is mainly just like stacking anti-heal to kill through support ults, because that is probably the hardest thing when it comes to playing Blade. But if you can master it, you can do some disgusting things like I've been doing in some of the shorts that you guys have been seeing me post, because we all know support ults are pretty much the main problem of this game. They are very, very strong and they win people games, and if you can get rid of a support ult while they're ulting, oh man, it's game changing. Anyways, without further ado, I do hope you guys, if this guide helps you in any way, shape, or form, I only ask 2 things of you: like up the video so it helps more with the algorithm, and to also come to my live streams on Twitch. I live stream every single day playing Marvel Rivals, and I've been pretty much live for like the past year. I don't usually miss a day unless I'm not home. I really appreciate it. Anyway, without further ado, let's go and hop right into it. First things first, I'm going to showcase his kit and explain what all his moves do. I'm going to have timestamps so you can skip stuff like this, because this is mainly for like the beginners. I want this guide to be for beginners and advanced players and anyone in between. So I'm going to go over his base kit. You can skip this part if you want. Before that, there is one disclaimer I want to give. Please, please, please know that if you watch this guide, it is not going to make Blade a character you can play into any single team comp at all. There is no character that is perfect and can be played into any comp no matter what. If that is a character, that character most likely needs to get nerfed. Obviously, if you're good enough, you can pull it off, but if you're watching this guide, you're probably not, at least not yet. Keep in mind, Blade is still one of the worst characters in this game. Some matches you just can't get away with him. Like for example, if there's a Penny Parker on like Shin Shibuya, turn around. Don't even bother unless the Penny Parker is completely horrible. There's just certain comps, it's just don't even bother. Like if there's a bunch of flyers, don't even bother. There's certain matches where Blade is just not the play. Like please recognize and don't be that guy that just refuses to switch off the character. There's going to be matches where he cannot be played and he's doing nothing. If you're in a situation where you feel like you're not contributing or getting that much value, it probably means you should switch to a different character. Even me having hundreds of hours on the character, there's still loads of matches where I just can't do anything. There's no point in me playing the character, and it's very hard this season, especially since this new dino's in the game. If this dino's unbanned, it's very hard to play him because you just get grabbed by the dino, you're dead. Anyways, let's go on up right into it. If there is a new blade rework that happens, I will do an updated guide, but for now we gotta work with what we got, so I'll see if I can help you guys in any way, shape, or form. Let's go on up right into it. All right, we are in game now, so let's go over his skills real quick. I'm gonna make this as fast as possible. So the first skill is Ancestral Sword. This is pretty much his primary, which is his M1. I'm gonna refer to things as M1 if it's mouse 1. I'm gonna refer to things as M2 if it's mouse 2, which is his parry. So for his M1 Ancestral Sword, he basically swings it. Now this skill is pretty much useless. There is absolutely no reason you should ever be using this skill without your E on. Your E is your Bloodline Awakening. I'll explain that in a little bit, but there's absolutely no reason why you should be switching from gun to sword melee and never using your E. It is literally pointless. Never do that. But basically you swing your sword from 5 meters and it does 26 damage per slash, and a double strike does 13 per hit. This skill changes if you have your Bloodline Awakening on, which I'll explain in a little bit. The second skill is Hunter Shotgun. Now this is pretty much what you're going to be mainly using. You don't have to have your E on to use this, which is your Divine Bloodline or Bloodline Awakening, whatever it's called, because you can't. You literally cannot be in Bloodline Awakening form and be shooting your gun. It's not a thing. So basically how his gun works, it's very, very weird. So basically if you shoot at a wall, you shoot a projectile that breaks into shrapnel and it reaches the distance. So like if you shoot up close, as you can see, it's not a spread shot. But if I shoot from right here, as you can see, it's a spread shot. These two look completely different because the projectile didn't explode into shrapnel yet. The shrapnel is what does most of the damage. If you shoot someone in the body, as you can see, it's barely doing any damage. He's shooting blanks basically. Like it's not, the shrapnel hasn't started yet. But if I shoot from right here, as you can see, that's way more damage. The projectile has to break first and explode into shrapnel before it'll do a lot of damage. So basically after like, I think about 8 meters, it breaks off into shrapnel and it'll do like its actual damage. They basically don't want you to be shooting people at this range like this at all. The only thing gun related that you're gonna be using this close is, I guess, probably using your shift with the melee. That's about it. They don't want you using your gun this close. They want you to mainly use your E with your sword. That's pretty much what they want you to be using up close, which kind of contributes to a skill ceiling where he's like a mix-up sort of character. He's hybrid. He can do poking and he can also do some diving. He's hybrid. That's pretty much how the playstyle is supposed to be, sort of. But most of your damage will be coming from your sword. But at ranges where you need to poke or if people's running away, you're basically gonna pull out your shotgun. For as you can see from close range, it doesn't do a lot of damage. But from once you get to like 8 meters, this thing can do a lot of damage, especially if you get a headshot. If you get a headshot, it does insane damage. You can pretty much 2-shot people. But if you get to like 20 meters, the damage obviously starts to fall off. It doesn't do as much. If it's a headshot, it's still going to do a lot. But once you get to 30 meters, the damage is really bad. Like, it is very bad. If you get a headshot, it's not bad. But like, the damage falls off a lot, especially if you're not getting a headshot. These are bots that are standing still, so it's pretty easy to get here. But like, from right here, you're not most likely going to get a headshot, so the damage is going to be very, very bad. But hey, it's still good for ult gain and good for poking, especially if they're like literally 1 HP. Next skill is your M2, which is Scarlet Shroud. This skill does not change if you're in gun form or sword form. There's nothing different about this. It's pretty much the same thing both times. It's basically a block. As you can see, I take 25 damage from that shot. Because I'm at 350, I went to 325. This skill gives 80% damage reduction when you block skills, which is really good because as you can see, look at that. I went from 350 to 345. It blocks 80% of damage, which is probably his best ability. Is a very, very overpowered ability in my opinion. It's probably the only thing on Blade that's probably broken. Other than that, this character's kit is pretty balanced. But when you block, there's basically a bar that appears at the right side, and when that runs out, you have to stop blocking, and then you have to wait for that white bar to refill so you can block more hits. But this skill is really good because not only does it block damage, it reduces the cooldown of your dash, which is your shift. Your shift has a pretty long cooldown if you wait for it, but if you're blocking abilities, you can get your thing back faster. So as you can see, there's a little white circle at the bottom left. As I block skills, it fills up faster, which is really cool. So when this stacks up and you're blocking a lot of damage, you can pretty much get your shift back and do like 3 shifts or 4 shifts depending on how much they just pretty much contribute to your block. You want to keep blocking skills with this, especially when it's time to get out after you dive, because you're gonna get your shift back and then you can just leave, which is really nice. That's probably one of the best abilities in the game, honestly, because this block is 80% damage reduction is no joke. But wait, there's more. At the start of the skill, as you can see, there's like a red circle that appears on Blade, and it like flashes for a second. When this thing flashes like this, you briefly become unstoppable. You are CC immune. So if a Doctor Strange were to try and ult you and you pretty much right click at the right time at the start of it, you can iframe the stun. Like you're unstoppable, meaning you're CC immune. If a Groot ults you and you perfect block it, boom, you are CC immune from that ult. I have loads of clips doing this to Doctor Strange's, for example. I don't really have any on me at the moment, but I'll probably put one on screen if I do have one. But you basically use this to iframe skills that will CC you. But obviously, it takes a little bit of execution because you have to time it. All right, next skill is Bloodline Awakening. This is actually the second or third take doing this because this skill is so damn complicated. But basically, how this skill works is that when you press E, you go into Bloodline Awakening. There's a number in the middle of the screen. It says 0. When you slash people, it caps out at 10. And the more you slash people with this on, your attack speed goes up. At 10, you get max attack speed. Also, when you are fighting in this form, you get lifesteal. As you can see, I'm at max health, so I don't really have anything to lifesteal. But recently, in one of the newer patches with Blade, they gave him a buff to where when he lifesteals, he can overshield up to 425 if his health is max and he's lifestealing, which helps out a lot. If he isn't max health, this is what the lifesteal looks like. Obviously, it doesn't look like a lot, but like the more targets you hit, the more lifesteal you get. It doesn't look like a lot, but like if you're hitting like 2 to 3 people at once, I'll probably have like a side by side on the screen later. If you're hitting like 2 to 3 people at once, you lifesteal a ton. And that's pretty much the main way you're gonna be staying alive with this character. Your E is pretty much your core ability. This is where you're gonna get the most damage. Slash people like this is what's gonna give you the most damage. And yeah, without it, Blade is literally useless. And also, he can use this with his ultimate as well, because if you didn't know, his ultimate, in one of the recent patches as well, his ultimate, even though we're not covering ult yet, his ult can lifesteal for him when he's not in blood form. He used to have to be in bloodline form for it. But one of the things that's tricky about this ability is that when he's using this E form, yes, he has lifesteal, but he has self anti-heal on himself. It's at 25%. So when he's in this form, his healers heal him less. Every source of healing is less. So let's say he were to try and pick up this health pack, he would get less healing from it. What you'd want to do is that you'd want to turn your E off and then pick up the health pack. Or if you're in a pinch and you're 1 HP and your healers need to heal you, turn your E off. You need to turn your E off so you can heal more. The same thing applies with your ultimate as well. If you want to heal like really fast and you're in a pinch, you should probably turn your E off so that you get rid of that self anti-heal on yourself. They gave him that self anti-heal on himself to balance for the, or compensate for the fact that he's lifestealing a lot, because the original lifesteal percentage is 70% lifesteal, but it's affected by the self anti-heal he applies to himself. So instead of being 70%, it's only 45% lifesteal. But yeah, that's not all. So when he's in this E form, this Bloodline Awakening, as you can see, he does like a little spin, and when he does this little spin at the end of his combo, that does like the most damage. That's pretty much the fastest hitting attack he has. It's the most damage, the fastest hitting attack he has, and gives him the most lifesteal. When he uses his sword normally, that's not in his combo, which is why I keep saying do not use your sword without your Eon. There's absolutely no reason to be using your sword without your Eon. But yeah, the stacks cap out at 10. You're gonna want to always get this spin to do the most damage, and yeah, that spin in the combo when you're holding M1 is different than the spin with your shift. The spin with your shift applies anti-heal this time. Instead of being like a gun shift shot like that, it's not like that anymore. It's literally a spin with anti-heal on it. So each hit of the anti-heal hits 4 times. And the percentage is 8%, so it caps out at 32. Just 8 times 4, 32. If you do like a spin and then you spin away, that's probably like only 2 or 1 of the slash hit him, so that was probably like only 8% anti-heal. The damage on this move sadly got murdered. This used to do a lot more damage, but it doesn't do as much damage as it used to do. So because of them nerfing the shift damage, yes, it applies anti-heal now, but sometimes you're in a situation where you're like 1v2 and slashing multiple people at the same time. You're not going to want to use your sword shift. Since the sword shift does more damage than just holding down M1, And since it does less damage, it means you lifesteal less from it. Sometimes you're in a situation to where you're 1v2ing or 1v3ing and you can't use your sword shift because you're gonna get killed. Like it's slow. It's not as fast as just holding M1. So if you use your sword shift to apply anti-heal, you're probably gonna die. Like your best bet in situations like that is like slashing until you get your ultimate, so you can ult and then lifesteal a ton of it. Because obviously, yes, you need to apply anti-heal to the target if you're 1v2 or 1v3ing and one of them is getting healed, but like you don't have the luxury of doing that. You have to just keep slashing until you get ult or beg for help from your teammates to come help you. I don't know if I'm explaining this correctly, but if you're a Blade player, you understand exactly what I mean. Like, for example, in this clip, I am going into a 1v3. I ulted and I found myself out of position in their backline because their cloak ulted and basically pushed us back. But I'm alone back here. There's an Angela right here. There's an Iron Fist in here, and there's a Magic in here as well. I'm slashing multiple people at the same time right here, so I'm lifestealing a ton. And that's how I'm alive. I picked up the health pack, obviously, so I got a little bit more sustain. I'm slashing most people at the same time, and then boom, Magic dies. They think they're gonna be able to kill me, but no, I'm slashing too many people at the same time, so I'm lifestealing a ton, and I'm getting a lot of ult charge for it too, because as you can see at the start of the clip, I mean, obviously I ulted. Right here, not even 10 seconds later, I'm at 45% ult charge. You can get a lot of ult charge and a lot of lifesteal from hitting multiple people. Iron Fist appears right here. I'm 1v1ing him. He gets cooked. He's 1 HP. My boy Cameloso cooks him. And yeah, I have no clue where Angela left to, but yeah, I think she ran because she saw I was cooking him. But yeah, that's like one of those situations where I feel like you don't have the luxury of using this sword shift. So you have to just keep slashing until you get help or until you get your shift back and you can like kind of reposition yourself. But yeah, that's pretty much how the Bloodline Awakening works. It's a little funky of a skill, but you also get passive movement speed when you're using it. And I think I'm not forgetting anything else. But yeah, that's pretty much how the skill works. You just got to remember that when you're about to get healed, turn your E off. And when it's time to go in, you should be using this to stay alive, because this is where the bulk of Blade's damage comes from outside of his ult. But there's more tech to it as well if you want to learn some more tech. Basically, if you shoot someone and then press E really fast, you're going to turn into your lifesteal form. And the bullets of those shots that you did convert to lifesteal. So like it look like this. Look at that. I got 378 health now, 425. It's like niche tech, but it's something. Like I don't really use it that much, but I use it when I do stuff like this, when I like switch stances and I dash the enemy when it's time to go in. It's niche tech, but I mean, it's still tech, and I'll take anything I can get with Blade because this character is really bad. But yeah, obviously if you're like really close to someone, you're probably not gonna be able to switch in time. But yeah, it's really good for getting the party started because you can start a team fight with 400 HP if you do it properly. So it would look something like this. But look at that. Really good tech. But yeah, that's pretty much how Bloodline Awakening works. I hope I'm not forgetting anything, but if I am, I'll probably put it on the screen. But that's pretty much how the sword shift works. It applies 32% anti-heal, but you can stack the anti-heal with your ultimate, which brings us to our next ability, 1000-fold slash. This skill right here is pretty much the ultimate ability of Blade. You basically press Q and you can charge up your ult, and the longer you charge it, the further it goes. It does not do more damage at all. It is the same damage every single time, but it goes further. The ult cost is 2800. It's one of the lowest pools when it comes to DPS characters, so you can build it pretty fast, especially if you're sword fighting a lot and like brawling in the front lines. You can build your ult extremely fast, but the thing is that he has a low costing ult, but his ult is one of the weaker ults in the game. Yes, it applies anti-ult, 40% to be exact, but most times when you ult, it does not result in a kill, because this ult does not CC the enemy at all. It doesn't slow or anything, so they can just get ulted and then take a step to the left, and then all of a sudden they're not an ultimate anymore. It is very easy of an ult to avoid, because as you can see, look at this. Look, that didn't even kill him. Yes, it applied anti on him, but after you pretty much ult, you're mainly going to want to use like a shift to chase the enemy, or you're going to want to shift at the enemy and then ult them. But that still won't kill unless they sit in the ultimate. But that's pretty much how you're going to be using that ultimate. Now, there is one issue with the ultimate as well. The ult, since it's obviously not that big, and like while you're charging it, you can take full damage and die. That's why you see some people use the ult in the air like this, just to like try and like charge it a little bit in the air and not take damage. But there's still another issue to where if you're charging the ultimate, it's bad because the enemy is going to know your ulti and get ready to dodge, because you're pretty much announcing, hey, I'm about to go ult you, which is why usually I don't charge the ultimate a lot. Or if I do, I don't charge it too much, because if I charge it too much, it's going to be reactable. Like if you do a full charge like this, that's bad. You don't want to charge for that long. They're going to know you're ulting and then they're going to dodge it. You want to charge for at least like 25%. That's like what I find to be like a good spot to do it at. Or sometimes I just install people. If they're really low, I'll just install them because I don't want to give them a chance to react and dodge. Or if you are going to charge it, you have to guess which direction they're going, which is very annoying. As you see someone over there, I'm going to dash over there. Like, you have to guess which direction they're moving in if you're going to charge the ult. And it's kind of like the same thing with the gun as well. His gun is not hit scan, and it does not shoot that fast. This gun, like, you have to pretty much guess the direction that they are going in when you're shooting them. It's the same thing as the ult, which is why I said earlier, Blade has a lot of inconsistencies and weird range issues and stuff. Now, I did say you can stack the anti on his ult, which is a combo you can do, but I'll talk about a little bit about that later. But keep in mind, this ult applies 40% anti-heal. And this shift applies 32% anti-heal. Those numbers are very important, so you can get up to 72% anti-heal in total. Any Blade main knows the number 72 because it's the most important number for a Blade main to know, because that's the most amount of anti-heal Blade can apply to one character alone, which you're mainly going to be applying to supports to kill them. But I'll talk more about stacking anti-heal, which are all in the advanced section of this video. Anyway, last but not least, let's talk about his team up real quick. His team up is it's kind of buns, I'm not gonna lie, but basically how the team up works is that you basically shoot like dark moon blades at the enemy, and you basically like it literally is supposed to bounce off nearby enemies, so it'll look like this, and it could do a lot of damage if two people are next to each other. But if it's just one person, the damage is pretty low. But however, this skill does give you anti-heal, life steal. So as you can see, I'm at 425 health from that. If I have my E on and I throw the blades, it actually gives me lifesteal, which isn't bad. So you're mainly going to be using it like when people are next to each other like that. You're not going to want to use it when it's just like one person like this, because you're better off just slashing them, and this does not do that much damage. Or you're going to be using this as a move to run away, something like that. That's pretty much the main ways you're going to be using this team up, because the team up, I'm not going to lie, is not that good unless two people are standing next to each other, and the team up can break easily. Like, look at this. This is a lot of damage, but like all it takes is one shield or like one person being out of range. Like, look at this. These guys are right next to each other. I don't even reach. They're not, it's not close enough. The range on this is not that high. So yeah, that's pretty much how the team up works. And yeah, anyway, that's pretty much it for Blade's base kit. I think I covered everything I could possibly remember, but we're not done. We have a lot of stuff to go over. So next, let's go over the combos. All right, now let's talk about combos. Now, combos is something Blade has, but he doesn't have a lot of, which is kind of weird because he has two stances, so you think he has a lot of different combos, like switching stances over and over from sword to gun to sword. No, he doesn't. There's only like a few combos that are worth mentioning. Now, the first combo is the one-shot headshot combo. It looks like this. You basically do a shotgun shot at the head. All bullets has to connect on the head, and then you do a shift and then a melee. That's pretty much how it works. Now, if the person is 300 HP, like a Punisher, for example, this will not kill. As you can see, it didn't kill, and I think one of the pellets missed actually, but it won't kill. Now, another combo worth mentioning is shotgun, shift, V, and then shotgun them again. So it looks like this. That's pretty much what it looks like. I think this kills even if it's not a headshot. But you have to be backing up a little bit because obviously Blade has the spacer line thingy. So like if you shoot them up close, the shotgun won't do full damage. So you have to like hold S after you melee them, just so you can get in the right distance to where this will kill. So yeah, that's one of the another combos that's worth mentioning. Third combo worth mentioning is pretty much just shooting them and then doing this and then just slashing them. It's not really that much of a combo, but it's something that he pretty much does a lot. You're gonna find yourself shooting and then dashing at them like that. That's pretty much where the combo ends. Obviously, the combo won't kill, of course, but like that's pretty much one of your core combos. You're basically just going to be shooting at them in neutral like this, and then when it's time to go in, you do that. And if you do the combo right, you should see that you got lifesteal from using the E. As you can see, I got 392 because I shot them and I switched the bloodline for them, and then I dash at them and I'll get more lifesteal. Without further ado, let's go into the tips and tricks section, because I want to talk about neutral and then the gun and then the sword and then his worst matchups and best matchups and then his best teammates and worst teammates. So next, let's go into the neutral section. All right, so next let's talk about neutral. So there's many different types of ways that people play blade neutral, but I'm going to go over like the core gist and how I play blade neutral. So basically when I'm playing blade, you basically want to poke with your gun, especially like, let's say like the match just started, you want to poke with your gun and then dive with your sword, kind of like how DPS Deadpool plays before he gets ultimate. He pretty much like what, throws his head toss and shoots with his gun. You gotta kind of want to play like that, and occasionally flank if you're feeling ballsy, or if they have like a weak support backline, or if your support alts with CND, Mantis, Invis, Gambits, any like sustain support alt, you want to always be in your sword form diving. Like you should never be in your gun form if your supports are alting. Like, but sometimes you're not gonna always be able to dive with your sword form. Like let's say if they have like an anti-dive sort of comp like Namor or a Penny, and you're still playing blade into it, you have to kill that beacon. I mean, not the beacon. You have to kill the Namor squids, and you have to kill the Penny mines or whatever turret beacon thingy or whatever it is. You have to destroy that first before you can dive in. Very defensive comps like that or anti-dive, you're gonna obviously be poking with your gun more. Sometimes there's matches where you feel like you're just playing gun. Honestly, if you feel like you're playing gun a lot in a match, you most likely obviously would be better off just switching to an actual character with a gun. But like if you still want to play blade, that's just how the match is gonna feel. But basically you want to pretty much poke with your sword, and then once you see like someone's at like an off angle playing alone or something, you can shoot them and then dive in with your gunshot. Or if you are playing anti-dive with blade, like let's say a Venom swings to your backline while you're fighting, you want to dash at that Venom with your sword shift and apply anti-heal, and like that Venom is going to take a lot of damage and realize, oh snap, I probably should get out of here. I'm getting anti-healed and all their supports are hitting me and I can't get healed because I'm alone back here as Venom. Or if you are playing blade as anti-dive, you should be using your gun shift, because your gun shift slows the enemy by like what, 30%? That's actually really good for anti-dive. I'm sorry, 40%. But me personally, I like the anti-heal more, but it's pretty much preference. But in most scenarios, when you're brawling for a long time, you're going to be using your sword shift, because blade is a brawler. He's a jack of all trades. He can do dive, poke, and pretty much almost anything, but he's not really special or good when it comes to anything. But yeah, when you're diving with blade, I can't really teach you how to get in and how to get out. My best case scenario I can teach you is that you have to just pretty much get a feel of the character and keep playing the character. One tip I can give you is that do not use both your sword shifts if you are sure you probably cannot get out. Only use both your sword shifts if you are 100% sure you can get that kill and escape by like blocking after you use both your sword shifts. Most of the times when I dive with blade, I do one sword shift and I slash them up like crazy, and I keep at least one extra sword shift with me just to escape, or I'll use both if I really need the kill, and I'll block and then hopefully get another sword shift out from them like damaging my block, because like I said, if they shoot your Scarlet Shroud, you get your sword shift back faster. Your Daywalker dash cooldown goes down the more they shoot your block. But yeah, that's pretty much how you want to play blade. You want to occasionally flank and pretty much think of it as DPS Deadpool, but you're not flanking as much as that character does. And keep in mind, when you are diving as blade, your TTK is very low. TTK meaning time to kill. Your time to kill is nowhere near as fast as like for say Daredevil or Psylocke or any of the other dive characters like Black Cat. It takes a while to kill them. So like if they are calming, if you're in like a 4-stack or something like that, the chance you're fighting another 4-stack is very high that are calming. It's not like if you are fighting solo queue and they probably won't be miking, or even at higher ranks they mic up a lot. So keep in mind, if you're diving with blade in the backline alone, your TTK is low. So you need to kill that person fast and get out. They're most likely gonna yell at their tanks or DPS that we're getting dove by blade or whatever the hell, and then they're gonna turn around. But if they have a weak backline, honestly, you can go ahead and keep diving them. I would say a rule of thumb is that if you have alt, go ahead and dive. Go ahead and almost always dive with your sword shift. But if you don't have alt, you better make sure you know how to get in and how to get out. I can't really teach you how to get in and how to get out. You have to pretty much get a feel of that by just playing the character more and watching more blade content, which I have a lot of videos on, which could help out a lot. Now we have the neutral out of the way. This is like a subcategory of neutral. I want to talk about his best teammates, his worst teammates, comps that he's good into, and ones that he's obviously not that good into. So first, let's talk about his best teammates. His best teammates in the game, in my opinion, are characters that could promote his gameplay, which is like the brawl sort of dive mix hybrid sort of play style. Most of your damage is going to come from doing your sword and diving. So obviously you want to have like a cloak alt to stand on top of so you can be immortal. Or if you're going to have like a combo double ult. Groot is right there for you, but keep in mind you're outclassed by Moon Knight because obviously Moon Knight Groot is way better. Captain America, another good dive character with Blade that can enable him better. Like, you want characters that can enable your playstyle of being immortal, staying in there, brawling constantly, and that's pretty much why another character up there, Ultron, is there. If Ultron gives Blade drone, he's damn near unkillable. And if the Blade is really good, I'm telling you, it's disgusting. Triple healer with Blade is really, really strong. It's obviously not as strong as like some of the meta comps, but a good Blade with an Ultron drone, oh my god, good luck trying to kill that guy. You guys are gonna have to like jump at that guy. And even if you jump him, it's worse for you because the more people's Blade's sword is slashing, the more he heals. White Fox is also really good with Blade as well because of her shift. She can teleport to him and help him while he's diving back there. Gambit ult, I don't really need to explain that. That's good with almost every character in the game, but it helps Blade out a lot. He builds ult really fast since he has one of the lowest costing ult charges of any DPS character. And yeah, obviously Blade builds ult really fast when he's in the sword form. Doctor Strange is up here, obviously because of his ult, you can combo ult. Venom is up here because his anti ult and also is a dive character that can help enable Blade. Invis, Immortal's AoE circle healing ult that helps Blade out a lot. You want to play Blade with supports that can pretty much enable his dive. The only like support Blade is not really good into, I'm not going to spoil it yet, but you're going to see in the worst teammates. Blade is not really bad with any supports, since most of the supports in this game are literally just heal slop. But his best picks of support, in my opinion, is obviously C and D, because that ult and that bubble is just too good. Hulk is up here as well because his bubble is really good. That gamma shield is just strong as hell. Like, it basically makes him immortal inside the shield. Dino Devil is another good partner with him as well because Dino Devil pretty much enables his dive capabilities and helps enable Blade's playstyle of just staying in the front line brawling. Rock Raccoon, this is like kind of an honorable mention. I don't think he's that good with him outside of, I guess, the ult. If you stack Rock Raccoon ult with Blade's ult, it'll do insane damage and damn near one shot 250. Thor is up here as well because he's like another brawler that could help Blade brawl in the front lines. Mance is up here because of her buff and her AoE circle healing. But yeah, these are the best teammates with Blade in my opinion from top to bottom. Now for the worst teammates. Now the worst teammates I think when it comes to playing with Blade is probably Jeff the Shark and you. Jeff is not really good with Blade. I hate playing Blade with Jeff because while I'm in the front lines brawling, the Jeff eats me. And yeah, obviously my stacks of my passive are going down while I'm inside his mouth. So, I mean, that's not really good for me. And it like pretty much messes up all momentum I had going. But I do like Jeff's bubbles though that he applies. That movement speed is good. But other than that, I don't like playing Blade with Jeff. Now, the other person up here is you. You are your own worst teammate when it comes to playing Blade because you had so many other characters to pick from and you chose Blade. Just think about that for a second. You chose Blade. Wow, what a team player you are. Now next we have Blade's comp matchups. Now Blade, you would think Blade gets hard countered by stuff like, I don't know, Thing, but like playing Blade into Thing is actually not that bad. It's still bad obviously because you can't use your shift, but most of your damage with Blade does not come from using your dash like Black Panther and some of the other DPS characters. Most of Blade's damage comes from using his Bloodline Awakening with his sword. So you're just slashing. You're just holding M1. That's literally it. You're not using your shift spin. You're using that mainly to escape or to chase. So Thing doesn't counter him as bad as you'd think. What mainly counters him is poke. Characters that just run away and just shoot the hell out of him. So I think the #1 counter to this character in my opinion is Phoenix. Like 1v1ing, like this is even a 1v1 chart or nothing like that. These are just comp matchups. Like obviously Penny is up here. Blade destroys Penny 1v1. Yes, but like this is for comp matchups, so this is just for like the whole team comp. If they're running an anti-dive comp like Penny with like Namor, don't even bother walking out the spawn room with Blade. It's just way too hard. Like you cannot fight on top of Penny mines. Like the Penny nest needs to go away before you can fight his Blade. You cannot play the game. Hulk is up here because Hulk bubble just destroys all momentum with Blade. I hate playing Blade into Hulk because he does gamma shield on all his teammates, and Blade's sword sadly does not cut through bubbles. It cuts through shields, yes, so that's why one of his best matchups into is Strange and Magneto, but it doesn't cut through bubbles. So like if you're slashing a bubble, you do no damage and also you get no passive from it. It just messes up your entire flow state. Like it just messes the whole thing up. But other than that, mainly what counters Blade is flying characters or poke. If there's a bunch of flyers other than I guess like I think Storm, trying to kill flyers is way too annoying. Like if there's a Torch, there's an Angela that's in the air 24/7 or like an Ultra, it's very annoying. Killing Storm is not that hard because she flies closer to the ground, but like she's still kind of like anti-dive, so it's still very annoying. But Fighting flyers with that gun just feels almost impossible. Like if there's more than one flyer, I switch off the character. Like if there's just one flyer, that's not that bad. It's still annoying, especially if like you're the only DPS that can kill them. It's still annoying if you're the only DPS that can kill the flyer, but hopefully you're not, and like you play with like a Star Lord or something that can shoot the flyer for you. But if you don't have a Star Lord, yeah, you should probably switch characters if there's too much flyers. But I would say Blade's main downfall is poke. Characters like Phoenix that can just shoot him and run away, or shoot him from afar like Punisher and stuff, or like Hela, like all the characters just shoot him and just backpedal. That's why Elsa's up here as well. Obviously, if he's in a 1v1, he would beat most of these characters other than I think like Phoenix, because her shift is busted and she has her stun. But like poke comps is what's the death of Blade, like a Moon Knight or something. Like when you're brawling in the front lines and they're just shooting you from really far away, doing insane damage, that's where Blade falls the fastest in my opinion. Like I hate playing this character into poke comps. It's not fun. Now his best matchups, these are not for 1v1s, like I said, these are mainly for comps. Blade sucks into poke and dive, but he's good into shield tanks, or honestly tanks in general, because he can build ult charge really fast, and yeah, he can stay alive for a long time since he's life stealing so much, especially if they're grouped up like crazy, which I'll show some examples for later. But I love fighting shield tanks like Doctor Strange or Magneto with Blade, because they can't do anything about it. Obviously you have to watch out for Strange's AoE explosion, and Magneto, I guess, his bubbles, but other than that, playing Blade into shield tanks is really fun. Venom, he can counter him pretty easily as well, because if the Venom is trying to swing out and you shift at them, it breaks his swing and then he dies. He can't do anything. He's forced to run out of wall and try and dive away. Groot, I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. You can pretty much just cut him up like crazy. You can be like literally Blade the Lumberjack against Groot. Is so fun. But just obviously watch out for his ult. But you can parry it. I've parried it several times, but you have to get to that level where you like just recognize the sound cue. Luna Snow, Blade destroys Luna Snow. Just watch out for the freeze. Honestly, most Lunas, the moment you dive them, they freeze instantly. So honestly, in my opinion, I would shift at them and then just block instantly, because they will freeze instantly. Like they see you're that close and they instantly just throw the snowball. Luna Snow, that's an easy kill for Blade. Cloak and Dagger is up here because, I mean, yeah, Blade can easily stack the Antio and kill her all easily, because especially if she's dashing in straight lines and not like dashing back and forth. But she wouldn't dash back and forth because you can't stack the Antio anymore. I mean, not stack the Antio, you can't stack the cloak ult anymore. So most cloaks are like dashing in a straight line, creating space. Blade can cook that easily, because where else is she gonna go? She can't. If she paths outside of the cloak ult, she's gonna explode. And even when she's not ulting, she puts the bubble up on herself, you just apply Antio and you can kill her pretty easily. Next is Hawkeye. Character's kind of annoying, but like, I mean, Blade is still frees. You can still kill him pretty easily. Same thing with Squirrel Girl, but I forgot to list her. Invis Woman, I mean, stack the Antio, you can kill her pretty easily. And fighting her up close, I mean, you just do insane damage to her. She's like pretty much forced to scream or try and jump and go invisible. But even when she's jumping, going invisible, I found that most times when I'm slashing her as Blade, my slash will break her invisibility mid-jump, which is really nice. Mr. Fantastic, I mean, obviously you can cook that guy pretty easily. Just watch out, he's probably gonna ult you. Tank Pool as well, another easy character, but he's gonna try and backpedal and just shoot you. But yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to neutral with Blade. He's not hard to play neutral, but he's hard to play neutral because he's outclassed. Does that make any sense? I don't know, but I can't really teach you how to get in and how to get out. Like I said, you just got to get that experience with game sense and playtime. Okay, next I want to talk about the gun. We are in game for this one. There is no footage on the screen I'm going to put for this one. So basically, like I said, Blade's gun. This gun is pretty poo-poo. Like I said, when you're close range, it doesn't do that much damage. When you're at medium range, it does a lot of damage. But when you're really far away, this thing does trash damage. Also, you have to predict the direction the enemy is going to go, because this gun is not hit scan. If you don't know what hit scan means, basically hit scan means that like the moment you click, the bullet is already at the destination. So like if I'm like really far over here and I click, the bullet is already at the target. If I'm Blade, my bullet travels through the air. As you can see, it takes a while to get to the enemy. It's not like a hit scan character like Elsa Bloodstone shotgun. Blade shotgun doesn't function like this. Like Blade's gun is one of the weakest in the game, and I hope this gun gets reworked, because the other guns in comparison is crazy. Like how you make Elsa's shotgun like that and you made Blade's shotgun like that. It's actually ridiculous. His gun does no damage from this far, and yeah, he's severely outclassed. But my main issue with the gun is that you have to guess the direction the enemy is going in when you're shooting at them, because especially when it's at like mid to long ranges, because obviously at close range you can just shoot at the target, but like mid to long ranges, or if someone's like flying, you have to guess the direction they're flying in or the direction they're going in to hit the shot, because the shot has bullet travel, and you have to like get closer. It's so weird. So how you wouldn't want to use this gun is shooting directly at the enemy unless they're walking in a straight line. You want to shoot a little bit in front of the enemy to compensate for the direction that they're going. It's really stupid, but that's just the way Blade is. Now, they did make it a little bit easier. They made the projectiles travel a little bit faster in a recent patch, but it's still pretty slow to where, you can miss this gun pretty easily. You have to literally guess the direction they're going in, which is very, very damn annoying. So basically, this ties in with the neutral. You want to pretty much just shoot enemies that are running away, or if they're like at like an off angle or something, or in the back line. And then when it's time to go in, obviously use your sword. As a bonus tip, this also applies to fighting Spider-Man players. You would think that Spider-Man kills Blade easily. Hell no, he doesn't. Blade destroys Spider-Man. If you use your gun shift, you can cook that guy so damn easily. I'll probably have some footage on the screen here, but Blade can destroy Spider-Man easily. Like, Blade is a fly swatter. He just does the sword shift over and over, and then Spider-Man dies. But yeah, that's pretty much how you use the gun. Just try and compensate a little bit in front of the enemy for the bullets travel time. All right, now let's talk about some advanced stuff. This is only have like a few advanced stuff because Blade is not really that hard of a character. He doesn't have that much in his kit. I wish he had a higher skill ceiling, but unfortunately he doesn't. But I want to talk about movement patterns while slashing and footwork. So what I mean by that is that there's a lot of people I see play Blade that stand still while slashing like this, just W king like this, and they're taking so much damage from everybody else and targets around that person because they're just standing still. What I mean by that is that you need to be less predictable with your footwork and your movement pattern. Like, sometimes you want to go left twice, or you want to like be annoying as like basically you want to be as annoying as possible while you're hitting people. So you want to do like stuff like this. Sometimes you go left twice, or just do a full 360. You just don't want to be standing still while slashing people. Like, you don't want to just move in a circle like this. You want to move as much as possible and make yourself easy to dodge, so you can dodge hits and shots, because there's gonna be a lot of poke characters poking at you like crazy. You want to dodge as much as possible and be as least predictable as possible, so you can stay alive as long as possible. Uptime, you want to be alive as long as possible with Blade so you can get the most out of them. You're already playing a trash character, so you need to stay alive as much as you possibly can so the game won't be a 5v6, because if you're playing Blade, it almost already is a 5v6 unless you're really good with him. So please don't be as predictable with your attack pattern. Like, try and like mix it up, go left twice a couple times, and just be less predictable in general. The same thing comes down with your ult as well. Sometimes I will ult in the sky like this. I don't even see what the hell I'm shooting at. I just aim the ult in a general direction, and hopefully I kill something, because you don't want to be predictable with your ult, because you don't want to just ult in front of people like this. If you ult in front of people like this, oh, they're gonna kill you. Like, they're gonna see your ulting, they're gonna kill you. Or if you charge your ult for too long. But at least if you charge your ult for long in the air, they don't know where the hell you're ulting from, and also your ult's gonna be pretty long, but you still sadly have to guess which direction they're moving in. But I mean, hey, at this point you kind of know that from the gun already. But yeah, that's pretty much like, be less predictable with your attack pattern when it comes to Blade. That's why sometimes you see Blade's ult in the sky. There was a bug where the ult would do like more damage via like a sweet spot in the air, but I think they patched that like a long time ago. But yeah, just be less predictable. That's pretty much what my first advanced tip is. My second advanced tip is anti-heal stacking. This is probably the most important thing when it comes to Blade. I'll have tons of clips on the screen here, but I post a lot of YouTube shorts, obviously. And there was one YouTube short I posted on Instagram where I was killing a bunch of supports by stacking the anti-heal. And then like a few people came to me saying the anti-heal doesn't stack. Why are you misguiding people? Why are you lying? People saying the anti-heal stacks. The anti-heal does indeed stack. I've tested it with Japanese curry. I have clips on the screen here killing several supports with stacking anti-heal. Obviously, like I said, the number is 72. If you stack the sword shift anti-heal with the ult, that's 40 plus 32, you get to 72. At 72% anti-heal, you can kill any support ult in the game. And now there's two ways to apply the anti-heal. You can ult and then shift, or you can shift and then ult. But the main way I do is that I usually ult and then shift at the person, because usually when you ult at someone, they're gonna walk out of the ult. Obviously, you're gonna want to shift at them and then you get even more anti-heal. Because if you didn't know, the anti-heal stays on the target, stays the moment like you apply the anti-heal, if that makes any sense. I explain things pretty poorly, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's pretty much how the anti-heal works. It stays on the target for 4 seconds, and like if I shift at them, it resets the 4 seconds. Does that make any sense? So let's say this guy, he's anti-healed 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, it's gone. But if I ult him, oh wait, my bad. If I ult him, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, it stacks. That was 8 seconds of anti-heal. So like you can get someone anti-healed for a very, very long time to kill them, which is really, really good. But yeah, those are the 2 ways. I don't really see that much success in doing sword shift first before ulting, but you can do that if you want, because obviously it's a lot of damage and it almost kills them. But like you'd probably need like another sword shift to chase them afterwards, or you need like a teammate that would kill them. But I have killed people doing this. Like I have clips on screen, or I don't know, somewhere of my YouTube shorts where I will sword shift first and then ult. But most times I'm ulting, when I'm stacking anti-heal, I'll ult them first though, and then sword shift at them. It's just more smarter to do so that you have a second dash in case they like dash away or something like that, you know. But yeah, it stacks. All right, so for example, in this clip, the C&D ulted, and when the C&D ulted, hold on, as you can see, she dashes forward. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So the pattern looked like this. Let's say the C&D ulted from like right here. She went 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a straight line where the C&D is. The C&D ends right here. And me, myself, I am right here. I'm going to put myself green. I am right here. And I ult the cloak. She's alone right here. My ult line goes straight forward like this. She is either forced to sit in her own ult and die, or she walks out over here where my teammates are and then she dies. That's why I say that it is very good and very important to like learn blade anti-heal stacking, because you can do stuff like this. Look, the cloak can't walk to the left or right. She's gonna be outside of her own ult, so she's forced to sit inside of my blade ult, eat a sword shift, and die.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that. Clip it.
Very, very simple. Very hard, like easy to do, especially if you do it against a cloak. But it's hard if the cloak just stacks her all on top of each other, but most cloaks wouldn't usually do that. They would usually use the ult to take space, but at least you force them to think a little bit better if there's a blade in the match. Because after I did this ult, she never ulted like that again. She just stayed ulting next to her teammates. She would like ult forward once, and then twice, and then ult backwards twice, instead of using a cloak ult forward 4 times. Anyways, that's pretty much it when it comes to the blade guide. Now I'm going to go over a VOD review. Hopefully I did not miss anything. Obviously the blade guide, I tried to organize it as much as I possibly can. If you guys enjoyed it any way, shape, or form, please like up the video and also come to the streams and drop me a follow. I'd greatly appreciate it. I'm very close to 100K follows. But now for the part of this video, we're gonna be doing the VOD review of the match I had yesterday, actually doing a 24-hour stream. So yeah, let's go and hop right into that. And if I taught you guys anything in any way, shape, or form, if I forgot something, comment it down below. I'll try and answer all the comments as much as I possibly can. Anyway, let's go and hop right into the VOD review. Okay, so we are right here. This is the VOD review we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be VOD reviewing my first match of my 24-hour stream I had yesterday, which was this one right here. So I did a 24-hour stream yesterday, and this is how the day went. But yeah, the first match I had, I dropped 34 kills, 2 deaths, 16 finals, 30k damage. And we were running a team of low tiers against triple healer Loki Gambit. This girl was not on Invis. She was on Loki the majority of the game. Triple healer Loki Gambit. And yeah, they had a Moon Knight and Emma Frost. They did have a Dino as well. I remember that. This dude was on Dino for 9 minutes. Yeah, I don't know why he switched. But yeah, it was annoying. And we were running Black Widow, Blade, Invis, Jeff, he switched to teleport, and Emma Frost, Penny. We were running a team of low tiers. This character is low tier. This character is map specific. Low tier right here. Low tier right here. And I mean, I'm playing with a Jeff. I didn't have like a cloak and dagger or some support art or nothing like that. And these are the bans. This is the VOD I want to review because I was playing out of my mind. I don't know how, because that was literally my first game on yesterday. But Yeah, it was a very good match. I'm gonna skip the ban phase. Right here, I was a little bit late to starting because I was talking to chat about something. But the game starts out. It was a little bit of a rough start because they started out with obviously the dino. Like, this dino is very annoying. Now there's a Bucky over here alone. He steps on mines and dies. Obviously, you don't want to fight Bucky here. Like, this was very cocky of me, which is why I said I don't know how I played this match, because you should not. This Bucky is obviously baiting me into 1v1ing him, and I took the bait because I got him half, so I was like, okay, let me go in on this guy. And he heals from the health pack, goes to max health. I sword shift him. I dodge a little bit of his attacks, but if he tackles me here and clicks, I die. But he died to mines, thankfully. Which was pretty funny. But yeah, that's pretty much what happens there. So now there's a dino. Keep in mind, we are red team, they are blue team. There's a dino right here. I shifted at him here. I should not have done this, because if this dino bleeded me, look, he actually did bleed me, and just grabs me, I die. But I'm guessing that his shift was off cooldown, or on cooldown, if I had to guess. Yeah, it was. He could have easily just chomped me and then grabbed me, but instead he's continuously biting. Yeah, this dino doesn't know what he's doing. He could have easily just shifted, grabbed me, and threw me at his team. I would have died, but thankfully he didn't. But yeah, I'm cutting up the dino like crazy. He grabs me, he throws me back there. I almost die, so I start blocking, and then I dash out. Like, it's very risky 1v1ing the dino. You should not be 1v1ing the dino like I'm doing. I'm just an idiot. But yeah, I see that the dino has died, so now we're walking forward. We lit that dino up like crazy. It's kind of hard for the dino to exist when we have so much firepower. So yeah, yeah, most of them are dead. As you can see from the scoreboard, I didn't really get to do anything. I have 3 assists, but I didn't really contribute much to that team fight, other than, I guess, letting the dino overextend. We're gonna skip forward a little bit. I mainly pop off in like the second half of the match, if I remember correctly. As you can see, our Penny's doing her thing. She got her mine set up. I'm getting on the Magneto, because the Magneto, I want him to die quick. And the, what's her name? The Black Widow ults, and we got a lot of value here. So right now I'm in my thought process of, let's just kill this Magneto because I want that guy dead. This dude ran into penny mines. Oh wow, and then he got ulted. That's crazy. That was obviously overkill. He did not really need to get ulted, but I mean, I like the assurance. Right here, I'm pretty much just shooting them just to farm ult charge. I'm at 90%, almost at 100. Just shooting them still, just farming as much ult charge as I possibly can. I think I push up a little bit here and then I ult. This was cocky here. You obviously should not do this, because 1, I ulted very low HP, and 2, like, it's just like they weren't even lined up. I just did it because I wanted to see if I can at least test out. I basically just did some limit testing technically. I saw they were lined up perfectly down here, so I was like, maybe I can dash up and get an ult, because obviously if you ult down right here, this is actually a really good spot to blade ult. I've done this a lot of times. It usually results in me getting a kill. That's why I was thinking, okay, let me just do this and see if I can get a kill. I dash up, I charge the ult. White Fox teleports to the Namor, so he doesn't get anti-healed, but it leaves her without a mobility skill inside of my blade ult. Obviously this was not intentional, but it worked out in my favor. She's walking out of the ult, not fast enough, so she dies, and then Namor dies as well. He got shot at by our Bucky. So yeah, we got 2 kills there, so that actually was not bad. This was just an ult that turned out in my favor purely by luck. This was obviously not a good ult, but yeah, it worked out. I tried to dash at her, but I mean, she died, so it's fine. So yeah, we did get the stagger there. Sometimes you just gotta take a risk and do some limit testing with blade ult, because blade ult, you get it back really fast. It's not even that good of an ult, so in my opinion, you can't really do a bad blade ult because the ult is already bad in itself, if that makes any sense. So sometimes you just gotta go for it. But yeah, I just got lucky that she teleported into it. Other than that, it would not have been that good of a blade ult outside of, I guess we probably would have killed them more, but yeah. Right here, they Gambit ult. We're not running Gambit, they're running Gambit, so obviously I'm backing up. And their, what's his name? Their Dino ulted, our Invis ulted, and that guy is dead. Yeah, our Blackwood, I don't know why she was right there. She definitely should have fell back a little bit more when Gambit ulted. And now I'm just, I don't know why I dashed the car. I was trying to dash at him, obviously. I'm trying to go for Magneto, but this dino's in the way. He won't let me get to the Magneto. He's frontlining in front of the Magneto, which is, I mean, I guess it makes sense. If this dino was smart, he would just literally bleed me and grab me and throw me at his team 24/7. But thankfully, the dino just came out. A lot of people don't have that experience. I'm going on the Magneto now. Trying to build a little bit of ult charge. I wasn't able to build it, but I'm going to build off this dino here. And then I get the lineup right there to ult downwards. But they low-key copy Gambit ult, and then I'm dipping because obviously I don't want no smoke. I'm taking so much damage right there because of the bleed ult. I mean, the bleed from the dino with the Gambit ult proccing. I didn't think that would do that much damage, but it actually does, which is pretty surprising. Obviously, my team is just like, they're dying. There's 2 people dead, so we're staggered. So I'm just going to wait. Not much I can really do here. Yeah, you can see all of them have the payload, so now I'm just sitting here waiting for my team to come back. I'm currently at 7-0. I have not died yet, but I don't have ace or nothing like that yet. I don't really pop off till like the later mid to late game half of this match. I'm gonna get an ult right here. I see a lineup. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get anyone, but I think it still helped out in my favor because when I did this ult, Magneto, I think he was sitting in it. Let me see. Oh, the dino is sitting in it. He's taking hella damage. He dies to invis thing somehow. I don't know how he died that and set my ult. I don't want my ult's invisible. Here, let me fix this. There you go. So yeah, I dashed here because I see these 2 are over here and I see some people back here. Obviously, this is like the max range, so I'm probably not gonna be able to kill these guys back here, but I just wanted to test it out. But we did, however, kill this tank. We could have killed the Magneto, but the Magneto ulted just to survive, but I think he still ends up dying if I remember correctly. Damn, he dunks on our damn Bucky. But yeah, he still dies here because after that ult, I saw that like I didn't really get anyone, so I turn around and then I run at the Magneto. He gets netted and then he's trapped and he dies, which is really good for us. So we're down 1. Okay, now we're down 2, but Namor's right here. I see a pick, I get him, so now they're down 2, but we're both down 2. For some reason, Hela was flanking, and yeah, she just ulted like a Phoenix player to heal to max health, which is like ridiculous. I mean, she did heal to max health because one of her teammates healed her. Yeah, Loki healed her or something like that. But yeah, I'm not gonna bother challenging that. I'm just not gonna fight. I'm gonna run away. She honestly did a pretty bad ult, but I guess she gets our Penny, so it's not that bad. I don't know why Penny was even up there, but whatever. Now I'm just gonna pretty much just play neutral. I have 10 kills, I have ace, I have no deaths. I'm pretty much just gonna keep shooting the dino just to farm ult. It's very annoying that he has that passive to where like you get less ult charge. Our Jeff ults here, but I don't have any teammates to push with me, so I'm not even gonna risk going up there because they are still Gambit ulted. I'm not gonna fight Gambit ult with only Jeff ult. He does a Namor ult right here. I perfect block it because I mean I'm him. Namor ult does not work on Blade. It doesn't really do anything. Obviously, I still took a little bit of damage. The Magneto just took so much damage from the mines there, so I was gonna try and kill him. Their dino ulted. We still don't have a dino, like I said. I get to kill Namor here somehow, and the dino wasn't peeling at all. So like, I just got some free kills here. Like, I don't know what the dino is killing. Let me see. What is he killing? He's not killing me, that's for sure. Yeah, he went to the left. I mean, to the right. I went to the left. So I'm just killing his teammates right here. Yeah, he wants our Black Widow dead. I don't know why he hates his Black Widow so much, but yeah, while he did that, I killed 2 of his teammates. I like just lit both of them up. I don't know why he didn't peel, but hey, it's not my problem. Yeah, that guy's dead, and I try and fight the dino because I was like, oh, his ult's gonna run out. Let's kill this dino now. And they're down 2. He grabs me, throws me in there. Just trying to get some damage out. I'm at 91%. I'm low, so I'm backing up. Can I get a heal? Can I get a heal? I actually do end up getting healed. Get a little bit more slashes on this dino so I can get ult. And then I see that they're lined up right there, but that's a Loki clone. I'm an idiot. And I ended up ulting it. Oh man, I remember this. I thought it was real Loki because all I see is a bunch of health bars. I'm like, oh snap, there's a lot of people around right there. And I see a Gambit as well. Let me just ult this. I ended up hitting no one. Wait, no, I killed the dino. What did he do? Wait, what? I think he sat on my ult. Did he get netted? He walked out of it. Oh, he got stunned by Black Widow. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Damn. Black Widow kick. That kick busted. But yeah, Black Widow pretty much gets the assist me there and gets the kill. Magneto's up here pushed up, and I see that, so I'm like, oh snap. They're down 3 players. Let's kill this Magneto. And then, yeah, we get the checkpoint for free, and then boom, just like that. Up here, I don't know what this Namor is doing. He gets staggered, so that's actually good for us. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit because no team fight happens for a little bit, if I remember correctly. Now there is a Hela right there. I have no clue why she's right there. I'm just gonna shoot her. I don't want to overcommit too much. I shoot her, I get the kill. Up here, I don't really know what the hell I'm looking at. My Penny is like boxing a dino, which is pretty interesting. I'm assuming he copies Gambit all here. Nope, it was actually ended up being Invisible. I don't know why he did that because the cart isn't over there or nothing like that, but oh yeah, that guy's trolling. Like I don't know why he did that, but whatever. Right now I'm 16-0, still have not died yet. So now I'm just repeating the same game plan. I can't obviously go in. We don't have anything to go in with. I don't want to risk getting grabbed, so I'm just gonna keep shooting the dino. Backing up a little bit because I can see my teammates are starting to die. Our Punisher is down. There is a Namor ult again on me. I obviously just perfect block it and then I get out of there, or parry it, whatever you want to call it. Yep, just like that, and I get out of there. You don't want to risk that ult stunning. Like once you get good at Blade, you'll start to like know the patterns for Strange ult, Namor ult. What's another ult that stuns? Like Groot ult. Groot ult's one of the harder ones, but I'm starting to get the Groot ult. Emma grab. Like I can actually fight Emma's 1v1 now since I got the grab timing like memorized. But yeah, cutting up this dino. I don't want him frontlining, so I want to get that guy out of here. Blade, I hate playing Blade into the dino, but like if the dino is bad, it's actually not that bad. This Emma, I'm 1v1ing her. She missed her grab. She's Gambit ulted, so I'm like, oh hell no, I can't fight this girl. Right here, they use like a lot of ults. Like right now, they're using Invis ult. I mean, I said Invis ult. They're using Emma ult and Punisher ult, so I just back up. I see Gambit's right here. I don't know why he's right there, so I kill him. I ult the dino. Wait, why did I do this ult? I don't know what my thought process here. I think I was autopiloting because I think I was talking to chat. I can't kill Namor because obviously he shifts there. So yeah, I think I just back off here. The dino ults, and we use our Invis ult so I can stay in my sword form. Like, as you can see, every time we have a support ult coming out, I'm always in sword form. Our Jeff ults as well. I'm just gonna keep cutting up this dino, just farming ult charge. He grabs me, throws me back here, which helps out me because I can kill their Gambit. I wasn't able to kill the Gambit sadly because they were just healing like insane amounts. But yeah, I think my team still gets the payload here if I remember correctly. Or did we lose this? Did I switch the strings to portal? I don't remember what I did. Oh no, one of our teammates is portaling. He gets the portal out, and yeah, unfortunately we didn't get to touch in time. Yeah, we didn't get to touch in time. Yeah, we took too long to touch. I dashed in too, so I was like, what? How did I not touch? But it didn't. After that, the second half of the match starts. Now this is where the magic begins. I've only died once. I'm 18-1. This part's pretty funny because I literally started spawn trapping them. It was pretty funny. I don't know how they're getting spawn trapped by a Black Widow and a Blade, but here we are. Our Penny is still playing Penny on offense, which is ridiculous, but hey. Which is pretty ridiculous, but hey, it is what it is. Our Penny somehow kills the Namor with mines. I don't know how, but she does it. Obviously, I'm keeping the same game plan. I'm just going to keep shooting them from afar. I can't go in yet because obviously that dino is going to kill me. Right here, I did the stupid play of, I think I was autopiloting, talking to chat, but basically, Loki lamps come out and I shift in. Look at that. It's me shifting in. And then the dino grabs me, throws me to his back line, and I'm dead. Yeah, don't do that. I don't know why I did that. I was autopiloting. Sometimes you'll start to do that. That's an any character thing. Try not to do that. But yeah, I'm back in the team fight now. I'm just gonna keep shooting the dino. Shooting the dino is literally not ideal because you get less ult charge from him, but I get a headshot there and he explodes. The gun does a lot of look at that. Look at that. I got that atomic muscle memorized. I told you. These Emmas be trying to grab me. Look at that. Look at that. Nope. She tried to grab me. Perfect parry. I'm telling you, once you play Blade enough, you get the timings for this down because obviously Emma counters Blade, but if you parry that grab, look at that. Oh my God. Look at that. Look at clean. If you parry that grab, she's cooked. She is cooked. Parry. You parry that grab, she is cooked. Like she don't get nothing for that. Chasing Loki in here. Loki's dead. Like it just comes with playtime. Like I used to get grabbed by Emma all the damn time, but now it's like fighting like Luna Snow. Like you just start to predict when they're gonna do it. You just know they're about to grab. So you would just instinctively just parry. It just comes with game sense. Once you play the character enough, you'll get it. It's like the same thing as when you're playing Daredevil, diving a Luna or something. You just dive and then you instantly parry. Now, I was going to parry there, which I did do at the right timing, but she missed. I don't know if she missed on purpose, but I mean, it's not in her favor anyway. She still does. Right here, I'm going to ult. This is a very, very greedy ult I go for right here. But I'm like, I sword shifted. These two are lined up in front of me. I'm going to ult. I didn't get to kill her in time, did I? Hold on. She's 1 HP. Oh, nope, she does die in time because the ult is pretty big. She obviously tried to jump out of it, but the damage hit her just too fast. Like, look at this. Look at this from her POV. Anti was applied. I ulted her. So she's at 72% anti-heal. She jumps out, but the blade ult is pretty vertical. So, yeah, she dies. After that, I'm like, oh, I got to kill. Let me get out of here. And then I realized, oh, snap. Their Luna walked up and she's trapped in this corner. She can't walk out because the blade ult. So she snowflaked herself too, by the way. She just dies for free here. And then I'm like, damn, yo, these guys are really getting spawn trapped by me. I was feeling myself too. I was hype, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, it was pretty funny. They have a Moon Knight. I don't want to, yeah, like that Moon Knight does crazy damage. I don't want to risk fighting that. Our Black Widow killed someone. I don't know who else she killed, but she killed someone. I dashed out because I don't want to risk getting grabbed, and like they have a Moon Knight and stuff. So if I get grabbed, that's literally the end of me. Our Black Widow gets grabbed, but she gets kicked into oh no, they have a Loki. I was gonna say she gets kicked into Loki clone. Wait, that was actually kind of crazy. I think she used the Loki clone as a wall. Okay, so our invis users are ult here, so I'm good to dive a little bit with my sword form. I'm not gonna push outside of the ult though, because I don't want to risk dying. I'm gonna back up a little bit. Their Moon Knight uses ult over the point, so they take the point back. After this, right now I am 25-2. Their Squirrel Girl is shooting us like crazy. Our Jeff ults, I don't know how much people our Jeff got, but I think he got someone. I don't know. The Squirrel Girl is dead, and I think some of them are in Jeff's mouth, so I go in a little bit. This is ballsy of me because look how low I was. Now, as you can see, there's two people lined up right here. This is what I'm talking about. They're lined up right in front of me. You would think I'm dead here. Nope. I slashed both of them. I started healing like crazy. Because, like I said, if they're grouped up, it's perfect for Blade. You lifesteal a crap load. This is literally the ideal scenario. They're lined up right here in front of you while you're slashing them both like crazy, and you're just lifestealing a crazy amount. So, for my POV, this is what it looks like. I'm also circling around his back just in case, like, I don't know, Emma tries to grab me, or if one of my teammates gets next to me while this Moon Knight slashing me. And also on top of Penny Mines as well, or Penny Net, so I'm moving a little bit faster. I'm lifestealing a little bit more. Or my bad, healing a little bit more. And Blade ends up dying. I mean, not Blade. Moon Knight ends up dying. I don't know what he died to, but I mean, I killed him, but like I definitely wasn't the one that did all that damage. And then I'm boxing Emma, trying not to be predictable my pattern. I think her diamond form was down. I see Luna still alive. Shift at her, she dies. And yeah, we get the point back. Somebody's always trying to ice skate uphill. And then I think they have one more team fight left because there is 40 seconds left. So right here, you see the Thor. This Thor is pretty much using his rune force. That thing does crazy damage, so I don't risk fighting that thing. Like I said, do not 1v1 Thor with Blade. If he uses lightning form or rune force or whatever, rune awakening, you're not gonna win. Luna, my Emma started ulting, so I was like, oh snap, let me calm out with Emma. I don't know if she got anyone. Let me look at her from her forward view. Oh, she got two. Yeah, these guys are sitting in my Blade ult. Yep, that's one, and that's two. I didn't get the kills though, but I mean, they were obviously anti-healed inside my ult, taking crazy damage. So I was like, damn, did I do a Blade ult? But I mean, I see two people die, so it couldn't have been bad, no. And then after that, obviously they're forced to fall back. It is a 6v4? So they have to fall back. I hear that there's a Luna in my backline. I think one of my teammates calmed it, I don't remember. But her freeze is down. I applied anti-heal. She ults just to survive because they have 2 seconds left. But she dies to Penny Mines, which is pretty funny. So look at this. Boom, one-shotted. Which, that made me laugh, I'm not gonna lie. Thor on me, he dies. And I want to see if I can find their healers, but I realized, oh, there's like no healers here. Oh, no, there's a Gambit in here. Gambit dies. And then, yeah, that is the game. And then Luna's right here. Yeah, she was about to explode. And then after that, I'm 34-2, 30k damage, 16 finals, and yeah, clean Blade game. So that's pretty much what I'm thinking about when I play Blade. I pretty much just shoot them, And then when I think it's time to go in, I go in. And then like if I see the stuff's getting bad, I'm getting out of there. Like there's just like you have to have good game sense playing this character. I feel like even when it comes to me, I'm trying to improve on playing Blade, but it's hard to improve on this character because the character is so easy that like he's so easy that like the skill ceiling is so low that it's hard to find stuff to improve on when it comes to playing Blade. And you're gonna find that you guys are probably gonna end up being in the same situation when it comes to investing in another harder character like, I don't know, Black Cat. Like sometimes I wonder like how much hours I have on Blade on this account. I have, oops, that's the wrong thing. I have 116 hours on Blade on this account. Sometimes I wonder how good I'd be with a different character if I take those 116 hours or 200 or whatever the hell type of playtime I have, and I put that on like Daredevil or some stronger character. I'd probably be crazier. I'd probably be a way higher rank. But like, I don't know. That's the thing about Blade. He's a hard character, but like he's hard in the sense of trying to get away with. It's not like he's a hard character as in like Kit. No, he's just outclassed, and it's hard to do things different compared to other Blade characters. I mean Blade players, because the character is just so easy. He doesn't have a high skill ceiling. But yeah. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this Blade guide. If I helped you guys in any way, shape, or form, please like up the video. That's all I ask, and stop by the live streams. And yeah, hopefully I see you guys there. And if the Blade guide helped in any way, shape, or form, come thank me, or just come say hello. I don't know. You don't have to thank me. Just come say hello and just say, oh, the Blade guide, I watched it, blah, blah, blah. You guys get the gist of it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys do enjoy this video. Hopefully Blade gets a buff soon. Or a rework. I honestly would like a rework instead, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, if you guys would like to see a video of me, like, I don't know, making my own Blade rework or doing like a wish list or something, then let me know. Anyways, that's it. I'm yapping. I'll catch you guys later. And yeah, take care, guys.
Thank you.